Hey folks, since it's Memorial Day, Jackie had a great idea to ride through Antietam battlefield. Antietam battlefield is where the Battle of Antietam happened. The single bloodiest day in American history. And we're going to ride you through the battlefield. If you look across the street over there, we have reenactors today. We got a Confederate encampment over there. That's pretty cool. This is the old Dunkard Church. A lot of gunfire, a lot of cannon fire happened there. This is the Bloody Cornfield, the start of the Bloody Cornfield. It's on the right-hand side. Some of the bloodiest fighting of this day was here at the Bloody Cornfield. If you look to your left, the Confederates from Maryland were on the left flank over this side, and the Union Maryland soldiers were on the right. And they were firing upon each other, and this is where the term brother versus brother happened, because the Maryland Confederates were firing upon Maryland Union folks.
Sorry folks, even though this is my channel for the most part, I don't know hardly anything about the Civil War. So Jared will be doing most of the talking.
This is Jackie's channel 100%. So
oh, stop, you're in it.
I'm in it. I'm playing a very supportive role. But
as you should.
This is the Bloody Cornfield. Show them, honey. Scan. Pan around. Pennsylvania, Maryland. We're here, New York. This is where some really bloody battles happen. And we're going to take you around the entire battlefield to let you see just how big this area was.
Little groundhog just ran across the street.
And how many men lost their lives here. And with it being Memorial Day weekend, we thank soldiers from both sides for their service. They may have been Confederates, but Congress passed a law stating them as American soldiers as well. Right here is the this is the Mansfield post. This is where General Mansfield lost his life.
This is the Poffenberger Lane.
We're going on Poffenberger Lane here. This was the this is where New York was stationed. The New York infantry. Sorry. First Army Corps of New York. This is Mansfield Avenue that we're turning down. Fighting all over this battlefield. All over this battlefield. Sometimes hand to hand. Crawford's Brigade. 10th of Maine. 46th of New York. Pennsylvania. This is the Pennsylvania Flacker. Northfield lost his life in this battle here. If I remember correctly, 4 or 5 generals lost their lives in this battle here. Union generals. We're coming up on the right-hand side here on a fella I don't have good feelings for.
Ricketts.
This is General Ricketts. This is where his men were stationed. James Ricketts. James Ricketts was a general that was in charge of a big brigadier general. Caused a lot of damage. Until he lost his leg in Manassas. Second Battle of Bull Run. Pennsylvania placer. A lot of Pennsylvanians were down here. A lot of Pennsylvanians were down here fighting. Maine. Meade was here. This is before Meade took over the Army of the Potomac. But if you're ever, in the Hagerstown area, Antietam's a nice place to go to. Right, honey?
Yes, it is.
This is a travel
There's
channel.
a Joseph Poffenberger farm over this way. I don't know if they can really see it.
Mm-hmm. We'll take you down to the Joseph Poffenberger farm.
No, you will not. It says restricted.
Restricted entry. No, we won't. No, we won't. Right, folks?
No.
We're going to take you down to... Where are they at, honey? What's the guy's name? The place where we did a session at farm.
Oh, jeez.
It's a huge, huge battlefield here. We're going to stop by this area. We did I did a session at this place, and I'm trying to remember the name. Sorry, been a crazy weekend so far.
D.R. Miller.
Miller Farm. This is.
And when you say you did a session, for the folks that don't follow paranormal,
This is Miller Farm. This is Miller Farmhouse. This building right here served as a field hospital for Union and Confederate soldiers. Both armies were being taken care of here at this farm. You were saying, honey?
I said for the folks that don't know what a session means.
A session is when I come here to a place and I run an ITC session, Inter-Trans Communication, and try to get answers from the folks that are here. And we got a few answers as well. And if I remember correctly, Jackie said somebody was looking at that thing over there. Remember?
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been here. Too many times.
Instrumental Trans Communication, ITC. We come to these places because the history of them, and we try to communicate with the souls that are still here. And with this place being a field hospital, you can only imagine the emotions that may have been left behind here. It's a beautiful view. Mr. Miller had a great piece of property
it was
here.
the property across the street too.
Well, and you'll see that, but Antietam is is a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place.
You got the mountains to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this right here was all included in this farm too, and then they built the Hagerstown Pike.
Mm-hmm. Which is always something you can ask them during our sessions. Hey, Mr. Miller, are you upset that they put the pike in between your property?
Yeah.
I know I would have been. Alright, so we're going to take you to the Maryland Confederate line. We've been there a couple times. We're going to take you to Bloody Lane here in a little bit. Again, the Bloody...
Maybe up in the tower, if we can. If it's not too crowded or if it's even open. Because I think last time it wasn't even open when we were here.
Again, the Bloody Cornfield is on the left-hand side. And the reason they called it the Bloody Cornfield is because at the end of the battle, there wasn't a single stalk of corn left standing, and the ground was soaked with blood. But this right here is where Stonewall Jackson's men and a bunch of Maryland Confederate militia hung out.
The 2nd Brigade.
They fought here. If you see this, the Philadelphia Brigade was fighting on this line and lost 545 men at that spot right there.
September 17th, 1862.
Right there, right where we're sitting, 545 men. It's a lot of people. Delaware was stationed on the side there, we're on the Union, but this back here, if you look, go ahead, honey, point out to the folks.
Of what?
The Maryland Confederate line.
Down there? Straight ahead?
Now, if you look down there, that's the Maryland Confederate line. That's where the Maryland Confederates were stationed, firing onto Maryland Union that were stationed in the cornfield. If you look all the way down to the right of those people, that group of people,
I don't think you can see that far.
there is a 12-pound howitzer still left here on the battlefield from the war. It was made in Baltimore, and the Maryland Confederates brought it here, and it was the biggest cannon during the battle. 12-pound ball howitzer cannon. It's standing there right now still.
Do you want to walk down there?
I don't want fix.
Okay.
This little fella right here might fall out the truck.
Jared.
Watch out, little fella.
They have the flowers in the cooler. All for the grapes.
This is where Stonewall Jackson was. We're going to take you down to Bloody Lane now. Sunken road. 12,000 casualties.
That's weird how they only cut their grass in certain spots and leave it in the middle.
Mm-hmm. I'd like you, if you've never seen pictures of the sunken road from the Civil War, the original photos from the days after Antietam, I suggest you do it. It's very moving. It's very moving.
And here is a better image of Dunkard Church.
Dunkard Church was caught in the crossfire. Confederates again on the right, Union on the left. There's photos of Dunkard's Church from the days of the war after, with cannonball holes, 4 or 5 of them riddled. Longstreet was over here, General Longstreet, the old Iron Horse, the old Lee called Longstreet. already know he would make two stupid decisions. So we're gonna take you over to Bloody Lane.
That's odd.
You want to walk down Bloody Lane?
No, there's a lot of people there.
Not on the road.
I'm recording by the way.
All right, we are at Bloody Lane. Bloody Lane here, sunken road. Again, Confederates. We will be on the Confederate side here. Union on the left. Confederates thought it was a smart decision to sit inside this this little sunken road right here and use it as cover. And it worked for a long time. They were holding the ground, and the Union was taking heavy loss as they were firing over that little ridge. Confederates, however, Union reinforcements came and changed that story quickly. As, Confederates lost about 9,000 people in this little road right here itself. You look at the pictures of the days after the war. It's bodies piled up on top of bodies on this road. We're going to take you to the top of the tower and show you the view. There's Sunken Road, Bloody Lane.
Alright, folks, now we're going to walk you up to the tower.
Of course, this tower wasn't here for the war. This was put up afterwards.
Stand here all the way.
The excuse to get my word out.
There you go, right?
Central Station. The power just broke here. Oh, Central Station's up there. Looks like here. This is cool. Yeah.
That sign should tell you out there. I don't know myself. I'm sure. Look it up on Google.
Bless you.
They'll tell you.
I'm here. Hey guys, you made it.
Yes.
Nice.
Why? That's why you're gone. I don't know. Oh, you're good.
So that was the dedication tower, and a lot of livings up there, a lot of foot traffic. It's a busy day here in Antietam. We're going to take you to another few little cool spots around here. There's a lot of cool spots around here. If you're ever, like I said, if you're ever in Hagerstown, go ahead, stop by. The little town of Sharpsburg also has some good restaurants and
Trails.
and hiking, little cafes. It's a awesome
A lot of
little place.
history.
And very patriotic, I would say. Sharpsburg is. But fighting was everywhere on this battlefield. I mean, you can see this place is huge, and the battle will only happen for one day. So imagine the fighting that was happening on this piece of ground in one day. you across here, across Hagerstown Pike, and very cool ridge line up here. Awesome little area. Great views. Peaceful. It's funny how all these battlefields are so peaceful, you know. Through turmoil, peace is born.
Isn't there a winery at the end of this one?
Yes.
I forget what it's called.
Again, Confederates right, Union left. Longstreet's command was on the right hand side here, and New York and Pennsylvania was on the left. Wilcox, Brigadier General Wilcox was on the left hand side. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. Let me go ahead and show them them ruins over there. Sheriff Farm. Would be an awesome investigation, I would think. I would love to do it. Maybe I need to find out who owns it. Probably National Park Services.
Yep.
Meaning you need
Good luck.
$1 million worth of liability insurance. Take you up this way right here. Beautiful ridge line up here. Got some cannons. Got some statues. Ohio was over here. Look at that view. You wanna get out? They always say that the Union won this battle. However,
Some cannons here. Oh, it says something on this side. Captain James S. Brown. Look at this.
but the thing is, this is James S. Brown was a Confederate. Honey, come over here real quick. Most of the cannons that you see on the battlefields are Union cannons.
If you move your finger. It's upside down.
Springfield, Massachusetts. There's very few Confederate cannons that were not confiscated by the Union Army and destroyed. One of them is over on the Maryland line, that howitzer. This right here, made in Boston.
Ugh, I walked into a spider web.
Beautiful, beautiful little piece of history there around. Imagine the fighting that was happening. Of course, there wouldn't have been just two. There wouldn't have been just two cannons here. There would have been an entire line, 30, 40 cannons deep, right here, taking fire straight ahead.
Avenue. So this is Long Street over there.
Lee's old war horse.
It's a car coming, not sure.
Yeah, Long Street was over here. Union, Ohio, Pennsylvania, wherever there. Alright folks, so we're going to take you a little bit through the battlefield some more. We're going to drive through the little town of Sharpsburg.
Dragon Brigade.
And take you to the Pry House, which was General McCullum headquarters, who was the Major General of the Army of the Potomac at the time. This is before Burnside took over, and then Meade took over, and then Grant took over.
And it was also used as a field hospital, correct?
Yep.
That's everything it was.
It's funny how they kept on changing their generals because they just couldn't get the thing right. Confederates never changed their general.
There's the cornfield.
Yep.
Over that way.
So this is exiting the battlefield, and we're going to take you to the Pry House. Again, folks, if you're here, this little place right here
It is the winery.
is the winery. They do wine tastings. They got a little cafe in there. It's a nice little place to go.
Oh, here's the sign right here. It is called Antietam Vineyards. Of course.
So we're going to take you to the Pry House, and we'll see you from the driveway going in.